Ladies and gentlemen, this past weekend, they thought they called themselves true diamonds in the rough. They thought they were the establishment. But was it just the pizza guy that knocked that, well, gave them some havoc? We're going to find out because it looks like tonight is the beginning not just of a day of reckoning, but a month of reckoning, you might want to say, on Sportswire Radio. And ladies and gentlemen, maybe we had it wrong for the past 5 months. And we're not even going to go right into the intros. We're going to go straight to the heart here. And there's a man that has a lot to say, especially a part of a group that he was once a part of for many, many months. And I'm going to go straight to him because he's waited and he's heard from those guys. The arrogant prodigy Aaron Black, the brick house Joey Knight Jr., who had plenty of bricks this past week, and the man that did call himself once upon a time the man of HCW, the real deal Eclipse. And I'm going right to you, Kip Havoc, because you, this past weekend, certainly showed why you helped Karnedge and, well, maybe give for some unlawful carnal knowledge toward your one-time brothers, the establishment. You have a lot to get off your chest here. So for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform that you, Karnedge and HCW, most certainly helped build, Sportswire Radio, I'm giving you the floor now, sir, to let you speak to not only HCW, not only to the establishment, but to everybody here watching around the world.
You know what, Tom? I guess I've got to get a haircut and a fresh shave to get on your show. I've been trying to get on here for months, man. And I don't know what the establishment's been telling you, but I've been trying to get into contact with you. I don't know what they got going with these lies they got going about me, but I'm going to take care of me and mine. I don't know what they've got going, but I am the tag team champions. Me and Karnedge retained them championships from the establishment. They are not established anymore. Karnedge, we are the established champions. We have champions everywhere. We hold the world title. We hold the tag titles. We hold the international title. We hold the FTWA title. And you know what? That hardcore title might be on my radar next.
But Matthew DeLuda just took that, and, well, he may be on borrowed time. But, you said something interesting here, Kip. And I've heard from Aaron Black. I've heard from Joey Knight Jr. I've heard from the Real Deal Eclipse for month after month. But I'm hearing your side of the story, and they talked about betrayal. They talked about the knife being put in their back. But yet you're a part of the group that holds almost all of the gold. They were the ones that had one side of the story, but I guess maybe it was true for what you guys had to say here this past weekend after, well, that pizza guy that knocked on the door, in that really for unlawful carnal knowledge that we were given from the establishment, it was rather the wrong people have been on here all this time. And I guess, Kip, maybe you should have been here from the very beginning, and we wouldn't have had to have dealt with, I guess, this misinformation that we've been given that has given us maybe some, well, rough nights here, especially when it comes to the establishment.
You know what? You're right. Misinformation. As my buddy Havoc said a long time ago, if you would have just called them on, you would have got the truth. You would have known the truth, and you wouldn't have those liars. Do you hear me? Those liars on your show constantly, month after month, lying about Karnedge. We're
so why
the
do you think
real.
they lied? So why do you think then that the establishment had to lie month after month and resort to these tactics from your vantage point? Why do you think that was the case?
Because they figured that their lies were going to make them greater than Karnedge. But unfortunately, Karnedge stayed the pace. We continue to do what we do every second Saturday, and that is to wreak havoc and to continue collecting gold. Tom, you see it for yourself. All night long, we were collecting gold. We may have had a mishap, but as my brother Havoc said, oh, we're coming for them. We're coming for all the gold.
And that's going to take place here, ladies and gentlemen, coming up here on October the 11th. We are 3 weeks away, just over 3 weeks away from the next HCW show. It is called Dark Harvest, a Day of Reckoning, but I would like to say it's rather a month of reckoning, and almost to be confused with one of my favorite Megadeth songs, The Reckoning Day. It is certainly a day of reckoning because Karnedge has arrived to Sportswire Radio. For more information to buy a ticket to the next HCW show, please go to the Hay Barn Championship Wrestling Facebook page. Follow them on Instagram. Hit the sub button on YouTube where you can find out why it is going to be a night of revenge and chaos. And I guess, Kip, you know, you're right, Kip. And maybe we owe you an apology. Maybe we owe you an apology because if we would have had you on here first rather than Joey Knight Jr. and Aaron Black and the Real Deal Eclipse, we wouldn't had to have seen what took place this past weekend. And now that you've got control of those tag team championships and you're a part of a group that has control virtually of everything in HCW, I mean, I guess we might have to owe you an apology.
You know what? A lot of people owe me an apology, but let me tell you something about the establishment. They kept trying to push me back. They kept trying to hide Havoc away because you got a guy with a big ego, Aaron Black. You got Joey, who's all about himself. And don't get me started on Eclipse. All right. Those guys were nothing without me. All they were trying to do was use my skills to boost them up. Now, Karnedge, they are using me and they are boosting me up while boosting themselves up. You can't have Karnedge without Havoc. You can't. They were too stupid to see that. So they did it to themselves. And you know what? I'm tired of all the words everybody saying, oh, the only reason why I got the tag titles is because of a disqualification from Eclipse for using that chair. But who do you think used that back as bait? I may be some dumb Southern man from the South, some hillbilly redneck, whatever you want to call it, but who outsmarted the establishment? Who's the one that baited Eclipse like he was some fish just waiting to bite onto that hook? And you know what he did? He bit onto it and I pulled his butt out of the water.
You know, that's an interesting point because I did bring up when the guys were here before this past weekend show, and I had mentioned that he had been so focused on you. He had been so focused on winning control fully of those tag team championships that, listen, in this sport, win's a win, and it doesn't matter how you do it. And you outsmarted the Real Deal Eclipse. It was almost, in some ways, he made a mistake, just like Joey made a mistake in why he lost that hardcore championship to Matthew De Luna. It almost seems like you're a part of a group that has, well, been more established. You've learned from a group that has been established, that has been here in HCW, that has been here time and time again, and that has reigned supreme. And that's where you might want to say the establishment, rather being true diamonds in the rough, truly showed why they self-destructed. And this is just only the beginning for what you and your brothers in Karnedge have in store here coming up.
The establishment is three guys that are trying to go for all separate goals. Karnedge, we are a unit. We are a team. That's what we are. That's what the establishment is not. That is why I stabbed them in the back, I guess is whatever you want to call it. But I run HCW. Karnedge runs HCW. That is our company. It is Havoc's Championship Wrestling. And they need to remember that because the establishment, they're not so established anymore. So they need to worry about getting some gold. And I haven't gotten my lick on Aaron yet. So maybe that social media title might be in Karnedge's view because Karnedge, they are my brothers. So I will help them get a title match just like they have helped me get matches. And they have had my back since day one unlike the establishment. And
You know, I
Joey,
want to ask you one more question. We're actually about to have somebody else here that hasn't been seen in months, and we're going to hear from them, and that's going to certainly blow the roof off here, especially if you're a fan of HCW. And if you're on Instagram, please go follow HCW. I go back to months ago when you famously helped the establishment 3-on-1. You remember that 5 months ago when you went out there by yourself? You got the job done. And then it was famously right here on this platform when there was doubts from Joey Knight Jr. There was doubts from Aaron Black. And there was doubts from the Real Deal Eclipse about how you were loyal and true to that group. But yet you found a way with every inch you possibly could to get that victory for the establishment. And maybe then that was the moment where you might have said to yourself, you know what? Look at what I did for my brothers. Look at for what I did here. 3-on-1. Almost no one does that. And yet there was a level of doubt from the rest of the establishment. Maybe they were jealous. Maybe they saw all along, you know what? Look at what Kip Havoc could do. 3-on-1. Was that the moment maybe where you started to think and ponder? If these guys, they're not grateful for me after what I did for them, the only place I can go and look for true brothers and a family who's going to be on top and permanently, well, you might want to say wreak havoc on HCW and stay on top, is Karnedge.
I knew long before that moment, Tom. I knew long before that moment that they were all about themselves. See, it didn't matter if I went 3-on-1 or 20-on-1. They didn't care what I did. Did you not hear that crowd that night? I had that crowd in the palm of my hands because they were just holding on to every moment. And all three of their egos just could not handle that I am getting higher and higher and higher above them. I am 20 times the man that they are.
Ooh.
They are not men. They are little boys who are chasing something that they will never get. They will never be Kip Havoc. They will never beat Kip Havoc. I will tell you right now, I will take all three of them on to one because they are cowards.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kip Havoc, you know what? Maybe we did have it wrong all this time for the past 5 months because Kip Havoc has come out swinging tonight in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage. Like I said in my intro of Karnedge earlier this evening, it looks like the heat wave has continued, the summer vibes, and that's why you need to hit that sub button for HCW. There is a lot of people here in the chat. I've got somebody that's about to come on here in a matter of minutes that nobody has seen here for months, and another person that the establishment, well, they certainly thought they buried long time ago to be never to be seen again. We'll get to that. Let me get to comments here real quick. Zilla wants to say hello. Zilla is on Team Karnedge all the way. I want to say hello to Hillbilly Tilly, the legendary Hillbilly Tilly, and he wants to say hello to Karnedge. And also, I want to say hello to my friends from the EWA. Just had a big show in the great state of Ohio. Wants to say hello. Ox McCoy is in the house, the enforcer of Sportswire Radio, and he liked your line, Kip. He seems to be impressed. Bishop's voice is so deep, light can't escape it. He's sitting right under a lamp. Well, guess what? That lamp is burning the establishment one by one, crisp by crisp. They say it's a day of reckoning here coming up on October 11th. I think it's about to be a month of reckoning here. Nice to meet you, Karnedge. Yeah, just wait to what we're about to see here shortly. You know this guy. He's Team Eclipse all the way. Hit that follow button for me when it comes to HCW on Instagram. And hello to Jade, and she's always here, Team Sportswire. And the man that you defeated to win control of those HCW Tag Team Championships, the Real Deal Eclipse. Pieces of fill in the blanks. Return the world title back to me, or all hell is gonna break loose. Revenge with hourglasses. I mean, fellas, before I bring on who I'm about to bring on, what do you think about that?
What did you just call him? The guy that I defeated? I beat him once. I can beat him twice. I can beat him 3 times. I can beat him 4. There ain't no revenge. He's not worth our time.
All
This guy.
Last.
Oh, well, we're going to have to find out and get him a clips. And it was all a setup. That sacrificial pawn tip, gag it. It ain't nothing but a no good, selfish. You fill in the blanks there, ladies and gentlemen. And Joey Knight Jr., the Brick House, who certainly was definitely not singing the Commodores and Lionel Richie this past weekend when it came to Matthew DeLuna. Hold you back. We helped you and trained you from scratch. That 3-on-1 comeback means nothing because you were in Karnedge's back pocket the entire time! Exclamation point from Joey Knight Jr., the former hardcore champion, by the way.
Former.
Hey, brother, pizza is going to be on me tonight. Pizza is on the Bishop tonight.
Oh, pizza! He said pizza's on
What I'm
Karnedge!
talking about.
It could be some for unlawful carnal knowledge. And boy, let's get to more comments. 3-on-1, us versus you, piece of cake. You just wrote a check you can't cash. Ooh, Kip Havoc. We got some Day of Reckoning coming here, October 11th.
Really, I can't cash. Wow. Just tell me who was on his back at the end of the night at HCW last show. Tell me that.
Well, I tell you what, you did, and like I said, we owe you an apology, Kip Havoc. You were right.
Exactly.
You should have came on here these past 5 months, and we're trying to make up for that here because we don't want the pizza guy to knock on our door and you to come to my house. And well, unlike the Real Deal Eclipse, you may just bury me literally, and we don't want that. You won the tag team titles through a technicality, despite us teaching you the values of brotherhood and honor. You have no spine. You have no honor. No honor.
What did Tom just say? A win is a win.
In this sport, they don't give asterisks. They don't give do-overs. They don't say why. They just say who won and who lost. And Kip Havoc defeated the Real Deal Eclipse to win control of the HCW Tag Team Championships. Thank you, Hubie. Hubie doesn't want the pizza guys to knock on his door either in the EWA. So thank you, Hubie, for hitting the sub button for the HCW. And yes, thank you for this spam thing. And I can feel the heat tonight. Well, you know what? You're going to feel the heat here a little bit quicker because I've got somebody here that the world hasn't seen in months. And especially when it comes to the establishment, they thought they would never see again here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you, for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, literally. Enter night, exit, wait, it is definitely, we are entering, the Sandman is back. We haven't seen him in months. He's back. The Sandman, what brings you here?
I bring the Sandman here.
You brought him here? You brought him here? Yes, we are definitely entering night here, that's for sure. Exit light, whatever you want to say. The Sandman has arrived. I mean, I thought you were buried by the establishment months ago. Joey Knight Jr., he claimed you were never coming back. The establishment, they dismissed you. I asked about you last month, and you thought to never be seen, especially after what happened a few months ago. And yet, you're here, you live, and you live maybe possibly to give us a preview of what's ahead coming up on October 11th.
Joey.
Exactly, Sandman. Joey's a liar. The entire establishment is liars because they said the Sandman was dead. But look at him. Does he look dead to you?
No, he looks like he's better than ever. No,
you know what?
The crazy thing, he won't stop saying Joey.
Yep.
He will not stop saying Joey. Like,
no, and Joey's seen a ghost. You know, Joey ran off the street with Aaron on Sunday, right when you guys came on here, and Joey's claiming that he'll do it again, but I don't know. Listen, you may try once to bury someone, but someone like you, sir, I mean, famously, everybody used to say the boogeyman would come to get him. Well, guess what? The Sandman is certainly the definition of the hourglass of time, and what I'm learning right now is that the establishment's time, well, it very well could be up come October 11th. The way Karnedge is here, and as I continue to say, well, give us some for unlawful carnal knowledge here. We're not even done because there's more members of Karnedge that's about to come on here shortly. Shortly.
You want to add something to that, Bishop?
It's just, as we already established, that Sandman is back. And the time is ticking. And see, that's the thing about the establishment is that they always count themselves. They always saying it's three of us. But Karnedge, we're one. We're one. So that means that if Kip is there, you have all of Karnedge. We're one. We all stand together, Tom. You understand me?
Yes, sir. Yes, I tell you, after what you guys did here, and after what you guys did this past weekend, oh, listen, at Harvest Havoc, listen, we certainly don't want to turn into what we saw this past weekend with the Real Deal Eclipse. He may be the world champion, but that's really just in writing because right now you've got possession of that world championship. You've got control of those tag team championships. You've got the international championship. And really, as I said earlier on Sunday's show, Black Savage had that social media championship for over a year, but something tells me Aaron Black, the arrogant prodigy, he's just borrowing that championship because it's coming back to you guys on October 11th. And Matthew DeLuna, well, true story here. True story. Come October 11th, if Karnedge wants it, it is, after all, a day of reckoning. You may be a traveler. You may have conquered other places, but Karnedge is coming. They're coming for possession of what they want, which is all the gold in HCW. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing that can stop them.
You know what, Tom? You're a smart man. You are a smart man to realize that Karnedge, we're coming. We're coming.
You guys are coming. You guys have arrived, and I tell you what, people are fired up. The legendary James Taylor, he may say this, but I don't know what he's getting into here. We love the Nemesis, but this may be another way we need to talk about here. And they stole all of it, but right now they've got it. They've got it, and they may get more. They may get more. That trash won by DQ. Let my temper get the best of me. I asked him about this on Friday's show. We all know that I could beat you in my sleep. But guess what with the Sandman? Well, the Sandman enters night, and he enters in your sleep. And right now, this isn't a dream. This isn't a nightmare. This is reality, and the hourglass of time is ticking. Not only in the Real Deal Eclipse, not only on the establishment, but everybody in HCW that gets in the way.
I don't know who that was who said that we stole all the titles, but let me tell you something. Possession is 9/10 of the law. And he needs to recognize that. And Eclipse, you need to recognize who you're speaking to. Because you're talking about going to sleep. I might put you to that permanent rest. Something y'all couldn't do to Sandman.
They did. And also, didn't we Saturday put Eclipse to sleep? Especially when he took the Karnedge edge. He took that great big fall from Karnedge, and we don't mind putting him to sleep again. Ask Aaron Black. Ask him. We do not mind putting him to
Aaron
sleep.
Black may say he hears his talk. All he hears, I dethroned the longest reigning champion. His Karnedge buddies didn't help him, but something tells me that he may have won that battle, but that war, he certainly didn't win that war. And you know that there's a lot of people out here, and James Taylor, he may have helped mold Joey Knight Jr., but what we're about to see, ladies and gentlemen, is that you guys, well, you're all about to fully be here, and there's certainly strength in numbers. And wait a minute! It's the bad guy in Black Savage! They're here!
Finally.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, fellas!
Hey, introduce him as the world champion. Introduce Savage as the
That's the world championship. That's the prize that everybody fights for here, not just in HCW, but in the state of Arkansas and arguably in the Southwest. That is the richest prize in our sport in the state of Arkansas and HCW, and it's here with Karnedge.
Yeah, I became world champion at the last show. It's good to have that big gold on my shoulder again.
Looks good on you, brother.
Oh my God! Nothing can stop these guys. They want more. They've won it all. They won it all. And yeah, Karnedge. I don't know what. Maybe the establishment just shouldn't show up on October. Do you think maybe that they should find something else to do on October 11th? This is a day of reckoning coming up here. Dark Harvest, and you know the fall, the leaves start to change colors, and you guys, the way you look at the Sandman tonight. I mean, anybody that gets in your way. I mean, they'll certainly change colors, but those colors, well, they may just be black and blue.
I mean, they have to be tired. They have to be really tired of getting their. Oh my goodness, I forgot. This must be a PG-13
You can say
show.
the A word on here.
I can. They must be tired of getting their ass whooped by corn.
They gotta be.
I mean, they have to.
Yeah, hey, weigh it up. I
Oh.
guarantee you, Karnedge is way up here, and the
Well, right now
establishment is still down there.
You've got possession of the belt that everybody wants in our circuit, that HCW World Championship. You guys now control the Tag Team Championships, the International Championship, and you've said that you're coming for more titles. The Social Media Championship, well, you're going to get that back. Matthew DeLuna, he may have the Hardcore Championship, but really, if he was a smart man, he would just hand it over to you guys in a few weeks, and no harm, no foul. And if you are here on Sportswire Radio, go hit the sub button for HCW on YouTube. Follow them on Facebook so Karnedge doesn't knock on your door. Certainly follow them on Instagram so all of them don't come on your door and so you don't have the wrong people. Also, just follow them on TikTok while you're at it and buy a ticket to this next show coming up on October 11th. And Joey Knight Jr. says in response emphatically, we tried doing this the right way, but I promise you the right way doesn't exist with us anymore. You have no idea what you've unleashed, but look at what I've seen here tonight on Sportswire Radio with Karnedge. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before, fellas.
Let me go ahead and add this, Tom. Old Aaron Black was talking all that crap, talking about he dethroned the longest reigning social media champion in all of HCW, a history maker. And yes, maybe Aaron may go down in history books, but one thing he'll go down in the history books for is the shortest reigning social media champion in the HCW. And you have my word. I am a man of my word that he will be the shortest reigning HCW social media champion.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. And the Sandman, look at the Sandman. He's putting up the devil signs here. He's putting up the devil signs, and he's the Sandman. We have entered the Sandman here on Sportswire Radio, and it's not James Hetfield singing it. It's not Metallica. We've got the Sandman himself, and we have definitely entered in his night, and we have seen the light, and I hope to exit it. But I know one thing, that the establishment, if they want to enter into that night, that day of reckoning is coming soon. It's coming October 11th. That's why you have to follow HCW. We've got Black Savage, who was the longest reigning social media champion in history. And he just decided, you know what? For a couple of weeks, I'll take that load off my shoulder, but I'll get something else. We've got the bad guy. We got control of the HCW World Championship. Kip Havoc, he's got full control of those tag team championships. We got the Bishop. Well, he's got it all. We've got the Sandman back. The Sandman has come back for the first time in over months. The establishment held a burial, a funeral ceremony for him. But you can't kill someone that's already dead. You can't kill someone that's already dead. And you can't kill someone that's, well, the holder of time, the hourglass of time. And that's what it is here, ladies and gentlemen. And the establishment is furious here tonight. They are furious. How about you step in that ring and find out what that stomp feels, just like Black Savage did. And one thing you'll go down in history for, Kip, is a footnote in Karnedge's history. When you no longer serve a purpose for them, they'll discard you like the pawn you are.
Tom, we're going to do you a favor.
Yes, sir.
We're inviting you. We're inviting you to the funeral of the establishment.
You know what? I got a better idea. Maybe we should have that funeral here on Sportswire. If you guys say you're going to, because they had a funeral on social media and they claim to be true diamonds in the rough. If you say that you're going to bury the establishment, maybe we should, maybe after all, have it here. We've got 1,600 subscribers nearly on YouTube. We have thousands that follow. I mean, if you say you're going to do what you're going to do here on October 11th at Dark Harvest, the day of reckoning, if there's any ounce left of the establishment, you guys should come on back here and have that funeral here.
Well, you know what? We love a good funeral.
Well, you know what? There was a famous song from Black Sabbath, An Electric Funeral. Well, I'll tell you what here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think this is going to be an electric funeral. This is going to be an establishment funeral here. Because, listen, Karnedge, they don't mess around. They don't mess around. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there could be more amongst them. And the establishment thought they had the numbers game. They thought the 3-year anniversary of HCW was going to be where they were going to reign supreme for weeks, months, and years to come. But you know what, Kip Havoc? We had it wrong all this time. You should have been here for months. The Bishop, well, maybe we owe you an IOU. Black Savage and the bad guy, well, we've seen what you did here this past weekend. The Sandman is back here. You know, I know you guys are very busy men. I know you guys have a lot to attend to, so I don't even want to keep you because I know you guys are on a day of reckoning or a month of reckoning, which now starts, and you guys are on your way to almost destroying and decimating not just the establishment, but the rest of the HCW roster. I know that Matthew DeLuna and Truman DeLuna are in your sights, so maybe I'm going to give some closing words here to some of you guys. I'm going with the Bishop first. I know that I know just to even ask you, I'm afraid to ask you anything and apologize, right up front with that. But would you like to say anything to Bishop to the world here before we let you guys go and get ready for a month of reckoning coming up?
Well, one thing that we're going to establish that we have all the gold. The next thing that we're going to establish is that the Bishop is going to be just like his brother. I'm going to be the longest reigning. But instead of social media champion, I'm going to be the longest reigning international champion. Kip Havoc is going to be the longest reigning tag team champion. Sandman, the longest reigning FTWA world champion. And as you see it on my brother's shoulder, you see it on Savage's shoulder right there. He's going to be the longest reigning HCW champion. And you know what? There's not a damn thing the establishment.
Oh my God, there is an FTW World Championship. The Sandman's got possession of that. The world title's there. Kip's got possession of the tag team championships, the international championship. Like I said, the hardcore and the social media titles. Aaron Black and Matthew DeLuna, just give it up already. Just give it up, and maybe you won't get harmed away. We saw the Real Deal Eclipse did this past Sunday, and if you are here and don't want to get harmed on Sportswire Radio, please follow HCW on Instagram. Please hit that sub button for me on YouTube. Go out there and follow on Facebook. And yeah, we'll get to more of it. But Kip Havoc, let me pass the baton to you because we did get it all wrong this time. And I'm giving you the floor. If you have anything else you want to say, whether it's to the establishment or the rest of HCW or anyone else out there, I give you the opportunity now.
Let me go ahead and say this, Tom. Be glad that I'm a respectful man, that you finally had me on. But let me add to what the Bishop said about being the longest reigning champions. We're not going to be the longest reigning champions. We're going to have to retire with these championships. We're going to hold them so long. 20, 30, 40 years, we're going to be retired by the time.
I agree, brother.
Exactly. And let me tell you something.
Listen, forget it. Listen, John Cena couldn't do that. I mean, forget about Roman, forget about Flair. Nobody in our sport could do that. But I think from what I've seen tonight, Karnedge very well could do that. There is no doubt in my mind that these guys, I'm not messing with them. And the Sandman, you know what? And I certainly, I'm going to be sleeping with one eye open tonight. You know what? I'm going to be sleeping with two eyes open here tonight, to quote Enter Sandman. That's for sure. Because I know, I'm definitely sleeping with two eyes open here. And I'm going to definitely be hearing that verse, but only you singing it rather than James Hetfield. So let me pass the baton to you. If there's anything, sir, you want to say before you go out there and enter night in the nightmares of the establishment, everyone else, you can say it now.
Stay dangerous.
No, stay dangerous. Straight like that, ladies and gentlemen. Straight like that. Stay dangerous. Stay dangerous. Oh my God, he's got the devil horns there. Listen. I'm not even saying anything more further to him. Just check him out. Check him out coming up on October 11th. And the bad guy in Black Savage, I give you the last word here tonight, because we don't want any trouble here. We don't want any trouble, and I give you the opportunity to say anything else here before we sign off, fellas.
The one thing that makes us different than anybody else, we're not a faction. We're a family. We're all brothers. And just know, this is it. But this is it.
This is it. This is it. This is it. It's not a group. It's not just about the gold. It's not just about reigning supreme, though. They are a family. They are a family. They're not true diamonds in the rough. They're not an establishment. They're established in, dishing out carnage for unlawful carnal knowledge here tonight. That's what Karnedge has done here. And that's why you've got to follow HCW and this platform here to find out more of what's at stake 3 weeks from this Saturday. Dark Harvest, Day of Reckoning, but I like to say it's a month of reckoning. It is the next show that HCW has to offer. Look at how fitting this is. The skeletons in this poster. Could those 3 skeletons be Aaron Black, Joey Knight Jr., and the Real Deal Eclipse? The only way to find out is to follow HCW, buy a ticket, and to see up close what Karnedge is going to do. Bell time, 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. Be there beforehand. It's a night of revenge and chaos, and I think what I've seen tonight from Karnedge is that they're starting that night of revenge and chaos a little bit early here. Before we go, final comments here. Don't hype these guys up any more than what it is. Well, we don't want to have the pizza guy knock on the door like we saw this past Sunday. Although something tells me equal time here on Sportswire says the established will be coming on here shortly. But did not tonight. I think he already has straight like that. Well, it could be a takeover, but I think Karnedge took over Sportswire. I think that's what really the Real Deal Eclipse meant to say here tonight, is that Karnedge has taken over Sportswire straight like that. Stay dangerous, ladies and gentlemen.
Tom, now hold up. Black Savage does have something he wants to add.
Go for it. Yes, sir, please.
I know you had on your show before where people was crying about bylaws.
Yes.
There is no bylaw on the social media title and the heavyweight title. So I can hold both of those at the same time. So October, I may be going after my rematch for the social media title, where I might be defending my world heavyweight title.
Oh, he's defending the world title. He could be defending the world title and getting back the social media championship, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a night of revenge and chaos. And it's starting here early. It's a month, and even the Real Deal Eclipse has lost his mind. He has lost his mind. No. You got F-bomb. Listen, straight like that. Straight like that. That's what we just saw here. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no telling what this group kept having. The Bishop, the Sandman, the Bad Guy, and Black Savage are not only going to say, but what they're going to do. And we're 3 weeks away, and Zilla's got it right. They run HCW, and they may run all of Arkansas. They may run the Southwest and soon to be everywhere, because they are going to be the belt collectors. They've established that they're going to be dishing out plenty of cards.
You know why, Tom?
Yes, sir.
Do you know why?
Because you guys are going to make us stay dangerous.
Everybody's going to pay.
The Karnedge
way.
Oh, ladies and Gentlemen, we want to avoid that, but he's coping. I don't know. The only thing I can say before we run out of time, follow HCW on Instagram. Hit that sub button for me on YouTube. Follow on Facebook. Hit the sub button and like, share, and subscribe to us here. And we will be back here. We don't want any trouble. Hell is going to break loose. I think that's gotten a little early here. We're 3 weeks out. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk more about this before October 11th. Fellas, you were right. Maybe we had the wrong group. And they left. They've left. The Sandman has left. He is certainly entering someone's night and light. And 1 eye, 2 eyes, you better sleep with both eyes open. And fellas, thank you so much for coming on here. We will certainly have no doubt see you on here soon. And I can't wait to see what's ahead coming up at Dark Harvest on October the 11th. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everybody, here for tuning in to Sportswire Radio. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice figuratively and literally with all music and wrestling matters. If you're here on Sportswire Radio, we'll be back here tomorrow. Stay tuned for more of that. Hit the sub button for HEW. Follow them on all social media platforms because you don't want any carnage to be just out on you. And we'll see you. And until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the number one Global Radio, the Sportswire Radio, with all music and wrestling matters. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.